put a ring on it, episode 5. We left off with Alexia walking out because Darian was playing in her face. So Darian goes outside and he's like, what's your problem with this girl? Darian, ain't nobody worried about that girl. Can you stop saying that? Because ain't nobody thinking about her. Our problem's with you, Darian. I told you last episode. It's you. Okay? Alexia's like, Darian, stop saying this with this girl. My issue is not with her. And he's like, well, I keep on going on dates with her because she's challenging me. Sure, Darian. You're going on dates because she's challenging you. Anyway, Alexia hops about the truck and going back up in the building like I thought she would. And Dr. Nicole speaking her gibberish about, you can't do this, you can't. I don't even know what she was saying. She was basically getting down Alexia's throat because she feeling how any natural human being would feel if their partner kept playing in their face. So I posed the question of, would Dr. Nicole want her man going on 4 or 5 dates with somebody else? Would you, Dr. Nicole? Probably not. So try to understand where Alexia is coming from. She's mad and I'm mad for her. How Dr. Nicole was just like coming down on Alexia, I was like, this process is really boo-boo because y'all want people to be unrealistic. Like, y'all want people to be happy that their spouse is going on dates and actually liking other people. Like, in what world would that happen? Not on Earth. Not if your name is Leah. Not if you're me, because hell to the no. Then we see LaRhonda and Shon in the car. And LaRhonda's basically asking Shon, so like, yeah, so a third date with Miss Ma'am. So do you like her? What's tea? And Shon just gets all quiet. He's like, Shon, you know you like that girl. It's okay. LaRhonda ain't gonna melt if you like her. Like, just say what it is. He always hiding. Damn. Then we see Alexia and Darian. They in the kitchen and Darian walk himself in. Tell me something. You know what? I want to apologize. And I think you should apologize too. I want to apologize for yesterday. What? I would have looked at his ass like, you can apologize. I ain't doing nothing. If I wanted to, I would have came to you. Anyway, Darian says that he's sorry for dating Kai and he's just expressing how he feels, and basically he'll play the bad guy role. Trying to do reverse psychology. Darian, go ahead on. Yeah, right now you do look like the bad guy because you playing in everybody's face. And then we see Alexia in her confessional. I just want to say that the dark lip and that outfit and that hair was giving. It was really cute. She looked really pretty in her confessional. I was like, okay, Alexia, it's a look. So Alexia basically ends the conversation. She's like, I'm going to get ready for my date. You just trying to make it seem like everything is on you and I'm trying to make everything your fault when that's not the case. I'm about to go. Thank you, Alexia. Good. You is finally acting how I like you to act, baby. Don't let Darian stress you out. Definitely not before your date, because I feel like that was his plan. Alexia and Monte are on their date. Okay. Cute. Okay. He says we're going to do dinner and basketball. So they play a little game of one-on-one. I felt like this was a good date because it was more of Alexia's speed. We know she used to play ball. It was romantic still, but she was in her element. I like that. Alexia says that Monte can play, but it's obvious that he let her win, you know what I'm saying? And she appreciated that. So they sit down and Monte tells Alexia a little bit about what he does and like who he is as a person. And he asks her, so what about you? What was your past relationship or really your current relationship like? And she's like, I don't want to talk about it. Alexia, that was good, sis. You thought on your feet. You was like, I ain't bringing him up. Because when you tell somebody else you've been with somebody 14 years and ain't no ring or really any type of real commitment, it do sound crazy. And it might throw them off and change the whole vibe of the date. So I was glad you did that. And he was like, well, you're beautiful. So whoever your man is, he tripping. Period. And Alexia smiled and was all in her feminine. I was like, yes, to this day. They were vibing. I was smiling the whole day. I love that for Alexia. I was like, yes, this is what I need my sis to experience all the time. Come on, Monte, whatever your name is. Then we see Jessica and Shon. They on their date, right? So Shon's like, I heard you like tequila. So we going to taste a little bit of different tequilas. Woo, woo, woo. So they sit down at a little bar section, and Shon is sipping his tequila instead of taking shots. Jessica's like, take it to the head. What you doing? Like, take it to the head. Don't play with it. Go ahead and throw it back. And he's like, no. He was trying to keep it cute for the day because he ain't no real shot taker. I felt that because I can't take no damn shot either. And I'm not. I'm about to sip on this little ass cup. Jessica asks if she was single, would she be a priority for him? And he's like, for sure you would be the priority. What else would it be? And then he tells her that he has a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old. And I thought she was going to be like, oh, God, somebody with kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to deal with that. But then Jessica says that she has a 12-year-old and an 8-year-old. I was stunned. Jessica, you look good, girl. 2 kids. And they both got two girls. So it will be 4 girls if they get together and get married. And they could have a son, child. I see their life all together. Jessica, go ahead and drop Eric and go ahead and be with Shon. I'm here for it. They're vibing on their date too. And I'm just like, these dates with Alexia and Jessica, they were needed for me. I smiled on both of their dates. I was like, yes, y'all needed this and y'all deserve it. Period. Darian is on his way to meet Dr. Nicole, and he's like, my home is in shambles because of these simple dates. Baby, it's not in shambles because of the simple dates. It's in shambles because you keep going on dates with Kai. They're not simple dates. It's a specific person you keep doing this with, and nobody else is doing it. Darian's like, she played this tough role. She always playing this tough role. And Dr. Nicole's like, she's not playing. She's tough. And he's like, well, at home, she act like she don't care. Dr. Nicole's like, well, why do people do that? It's to build a defense from getting hurt. And he's like, oh, yeah, you right. Anyway, by the end of the segment, he's like, oh, yeah, I get it now. I get it. Yeah, about time. It took you coming to sit with Dr. Nicole to get it. Oof, so annoying. Then we see Shon and Brittany, and they're on their 3rd date. Brittany asks, so why did I get another date? And Shon's like, well, I had a good time on the last date, and I wanted to see, where else this could go. And Brittany's like, well, am I making it tough for you? And he's like, well, are you making it tough for me? And she's like, yeah. He's like, you're so silly. I love it though. And Brittany's like, I like it too. And Shon's like, well, you said you like it. I said, I love it. And Brittany said, well, that's what you meant. You meant to say like. Period. Brittany ain't no fool, child. You like her. What you want? You want her to think you love something about her? Child, bye, Shon. And just for you to not go on another date. Oops. Spoiler alert. But that's what happened. So they were cute on the date, but it's not a match. And Shon is he was kind of annoying on this date to me. But hey, that's just my opinion. We see Jessica and Eric, and they are waiting on Dr. Nicole. She's on the way. And she sits down and she talks to them about trust. Like, is trust still an issue in you guys' relationship? So they tell Dr. Nicole that they split about a year ago. And the reason they split is because Eric was going through something with his career, and he felt like Jessica wasn't there to support him. So Jessica said that she asked him, was he happy? And Eric said no. So at that point, this was like a year ago, Jessica leaves. Eric says that he was going through a hard time and he felt like he couldn't talk to her about it. So Jessica says that she needed love in that moment. Eric says that I was trying to get my career back in line and she wanted to hop on another man. Now, Eric, calm down, because a woman goes looking outside of her relationship normally when she's emotionally not being taken care of. So you can't blame everything on her, Eric, because obviously you wasn't doing what you needed to do either. Was it right that she hopped on another man? No. But you can't blame it on her. He's like, well, it was less than a week and she had already met somebody. And Dr. Nicole asked Jessica, are they still in communications? Jessica's like, no. Jessica says that he tries, but she's blocking it. So then Eric says that Jessica was supposed to have blocked his number and somehow they ended up on FaceTime. Jessica says, oh, he got a new number. But my thing is, how did you know it was him? Like, who answers FaceTimes for numbers that they don't know? You know what I'm saying? So that didn't make that much sense. I know I don't know anyone who does, but okay, you just gotta answer a number on your FaceTime and you don't know the number? Okay. Nicole says this little analogy. Y'all know that's all she do is give analogies. Talking about some, can you split and walk at the same time? What, Dr. Nicole? What? Child, just let's end this session, child, because I don't know what she's talking about, and I never do. Then we see Kai and Darian, and they're at a nightclub walking in, and Darian starts saying to Kai that Alexia doesn't like all these repetitive dates that I keep going on with you. And Kai says that, you know, I like you, Darian, and you may need to let Alexia go. Kai, who are you to say that? You knew this man was in a relationship when you signed up for the show. Hello. Kai says that you're respecting a relationship that doesn't respect you. Now, how is that so? Because Alexia has never done anything to make Darian feel uncomfortable. She's done nothing but respect him. Honestly, respected him too much, because I would have been wilding, styling and profiling on my dates, child, doing whatever if I felt like my man kept going on dates repetitively with somebody. This was the part where I was just like, okay, Darian got some sense. He finally is making sense. So he's in his own separate confessional area and he's like, well, I just need Kai to fall back because I'm already in a relationship with a beautiful chocolate woman. Come on, Darian. Come on. And I think that's the first time I ever heard him call her beautiful. So I appreciated it. And then Darian was like, well, if I don't go on another date with you, then who am I going to talk to? And how do I know the next date is going to be as good as the ones that we go on? So in that moment, I was like, okay, Darian's just looking for a friend, somebody to talk to. Because obviously him and Alexia can't really talk all the time and be on the same page. So I take back what I said, some of it, from the last reviews about him and Kai getting it popping. Because maybe it just was a friendship thing for Darian. So Darian tells Kai, you're helping me. And Kai stands up and she's like, do I look like the help? Ma'am, no comment. And then Kai sits back down and she's basically like, you need to make a choice. Kai thinks that she plays a bigger role than what she does. Like, in all honesty, like, Kai, you alright, you know what I'm saying? But Darian got a whole relationship. So you can't give him ultimatums. It's a show and you knew what it was when you came on here. Period. So Darian says that he doesn't like pressure and he can't work well under it, baby. He can't work well under these conditions. We knew that. That's why you haven't asked Alexia to marry you. You can't do pressure. Anyway, everybody meet back up. And Dr. Nicole asked Shon about his date. Shon says the date was good. Shon says that his date actually missed the bus that she was supposed to take to her show so that they could go on their date. So she decided to drive down at a later time. And he was like, that was big for me because time is everything. I was like, okay, Shon, calm down. And then Shon says, I was thinking about going to the show. In Florida, Shon? You was going to go to her show in another state? He was like, well, I just thought about it. I just thought about it. Shon, don't think. Because when you think, you get in trouble. LaRhonda's like, what the hell is he talking about? Okay, LaRhonda, what is he talking about? LaRhonda's like, he always trying to go above and beyond for people, and it puts a wedge in between us. To round that up, Shon won't be going on a fourth date with LaRhonda. He's like, I can't build with her, and I always feel like I want to come home and see LaRhonda when we're on our dates. So, okay. Then we talk about Alexia and Monte. This date really made me smile. So they played ball. Alexia says that Monte was really articulate, and it's a yes to the date. And then we go to Jessica and Shon, and they went on their tequila date. And Jessica says they had a lot in common. They both have 2 girls. They're very comfortable on the date. She said it didn't even feel like a first date. Now, that's a good sign. When it doesn't feel like a first date and y'all just vibing, that's great. So Eric said that he's fine with her going on a second date. You could just tell Eric has matured and is maturing a lot with this process. So Jessica said, yeah, let's do a second date. Then Dr. Nicole asked Darian about his date with Kai. Darian said it was a good date as usual. Kai said that she was catching feelings for him on this date, which surprised me because they didn't show that part. He says that it's going to be consequences and repercussions if Dr. Nicole asks him, does he want another date? And he says yes. And Dr. Nicole's like, why would it be that? And he's like, well, basically because Alexia asked me not to go on a second date, a sixth or a fifth date with her. And Alexia's like, no, I didn't. I didn't tell him to do that. And she's like, I just expressed how I felt. Like, and I believe you, Alexia. You ain't got to explain nothing to these folks. So Dr. Nicole's like, well, okay, so I want you guys to go on a date together this next week. I want Darian to go on a date with Alexia. And she's like, is that okay, Alexia? Alexia looks down at her watch like, I don't really give a damn. Child, I'm tired of him, and I'm tired of you, too, honestly. So Darian's like, okay, yeah, yeah, I'll go on a date with Alexia. That's cool with me. Alexia's like, I'll pass, baby. I ain't trying to go on no date with him. I'm trying to go on a date with the fine chocolate dude that I was playing basketball with. Period. Decline his date, Alexia. Ain't nobody got time for him. Trying to make everything seem like it's your fault. Oh, bye. And that's how we end this review. If you enjoyed the review, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And go ahead and comment what you thought of tonight's episode. Child, it was crazy, but necessary. I'm glad Darian came to his senses and didn't go on another date. Now, did he try to make it all Kai's fault? Yes, but either way, ain't no more dates with Kai. I said what I said. See you on the next review. Ta-ta.